Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with an episode of This Week in Kyrix. You'll note the complete and utter lack of gameplay this time. Well, there's a reason for that, and it's actually the reason that the next couple episodes will look this way the same. The same as well. As you know, well, first off, this is for the week of Wednesday, April 22nd, 2020, and it's being recorded an exact week later on 29th, rather. So, yeah, this episode's being recorded solely so I don't screw up my numbering system. That's all. In this particular episode, I will give a brief update talking about why the video looks like this, and reviewing a couple new things I got, whereas the next episode will feature the stuff that's happened to me this week and new stuff for the channel. Now, first off, last recorded episode in Mountain Blade, I once again built up an army and once again had it crushed to pieces. Ironically, because I forgot to buy better armor. So, what I've decided to do is just completely scrap that playthrough, because I went through 3 different playstyle changes while recording that over the past year. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to level up a new character offline, which will take me another week or so, especially at the rate I'm playing. And when I feel it's ready, I'll jump back into the game with this new character, which, by the way, the character will not have any army. It'll just be me leveling one singular character off screen. You know, getting my getting my armor, my weapons, my horse, all that fun shit. And when I come back, that'll be, hey, this is me ready to play the game for real now, you know. And, so next week, the 29th, will look like this, because I'll be recording it about 5 minutes after I record this. And the next week or so after will probably also look the same. So, my leave of absence check, my stimulus, and my taxes have all come in by this point and all been spent. And, well, I bought a bunch of DVDs and several video games as well. And for the most part, I'm going to review a couple things. You might hear Discord going off in the background. That's just a thing. So, what I've mostly been doing is playing Star Trek Online like I do, and playing Resident Evil Resistance and Predator Hunting Grounds. I've also been watching Star Trek Discovery. Now, you may recall numerous rants about the Star Trek Discovery section of Star Trek Online and how much I hated it. And you may have missed the subtext where I said, this in no way, shape, or form reflects Discovery the show, as I haven't seen it yet. Basically, my entire frustration with Discovery on Star Trek Online is because it was all recycled shit. It was a separate faction that was just recycled shit. The tutorial was recycled, the missions were recycled, and so on. There was nothing really to make it unique, unlike, say, the original series campaign versus normal Starfleet. And thus far, I believe I'm on episode 8 of season 1. And I like the series well enough. I don't think I'd say it's my favorite. I'm not even sure if it's my second favorite, but I am enjoying it. I am excited to still be watching it. It's not a chore for me. And I own season 1 and 2 on DVD, by the way. That's why I'm watching it. So yeah, that's a lot of fun. I spent most of today playing Predator Hunting Grounds, which I got at work, actually. I was working one touch, and sometimes games come in my section. You know, we do the sorting. And I happened to see like 6 or 8 copies of it, and I'm looking, I'm like, I didn't know this was out yet. So when I delivered it up to electronics, sure enough, this was release date, so I basically, once I went on my 15-minute break, I went back up and bought it, brought it home, installed it. It's fun. It could be better, but so could Resistance. And I basically spent most of today leveling up with someone on voice chat, so that was fun. I'm going to bring up one awesome thing that happened. Now, To properly go through this, and I wish I'd been recording this, I have to explain what this game is. It is an asymmetric shooter, which is to say, one character versus four characters. You had the Predator, one single guy, and a fire team, 4 human players. Almost all of my play has been as a fire team. And what happens is, you go in there, you do missions, you fight AI soldiers, and you try not to get killed by the Predator while also trying to kill the Predator. Killing the Predator gets you much bigger rewards, especially if the body's not damaged afterwards. But you can still get stuff just by escaping his nuke blast when you take him down, or by completing your missions. And, of course, the way you lose is for all of the fire team to die. Now, I will say, while we did have several losses today, generally speaking, the fire team tends to win. And the story I'm about to say is an example of that. So I'm in a fire team, and none of us are calming with each other. I actually found out later, well, not later than this, but earlier today, that for some reason my microphone doesn't work on voice chat, but it'll work on the PS4 voice chat, and I'm still not sure why. So there's no communication despite me trying to mic people. Anyway, the Predator in short order drops 2 of the fire team members, leaving me and one other guy up. And then he drops him, and I see the reinforcement point come up, and I start running for it. Because the guy's still alive, and I'm like, no, he's going to die. I'm not going to be able to save him in time. Predator's going to pick us both off, so I'm going to run for reinforcements. What it is a one-time per character thing. A point pops up with a little computer, and if you activate it and guard it for a couple seconds, everyone who's dead respawns. So it's on the other side of the map. I'm running through an enemy base. I trip the reinforcements, and while I'm waiting, the whole base descends on me, and we respawn, and we're good. So we're running for the next objective. Actually, we're running for the first objective, and the Predator jumps us again. And he gets 2 of us again, and this time it's saying no respawns. I'm like, well, we're screwed. And the other guy and I managed to take him down, and then we get clear of the blast radius and win, because he blew up and we didn't. And as it turns out, I had 2 AI kills, the other survivor had 1, and nobody else had any AI kills. So that was just a fun thing. That was, if the game had MVP, it would have been me that game. And that's just kind of cool. Kind of cool to be the guy for a change. And on Resistance, I've been leveling up January, which is one of the characters, and secondarying in Valerie, who is obviously another character. Jan is sort of a support hacker, although she's listed as a damage character, and Val is a support character who finds items and heals the party. But, yeah, this is going to be kind of scattered just in general, because I don't have a super lot to talk about right now. Because, while a lot has happened, I'm saving most of it for, quote-unquote, next week's episode in 5 minutes. But this is basically a touch-base situation, and I'm going to end it right about here. Bye-bye, everybody.